Lately I've been working with students on their thumb in staccato, how they use their thumb. Because a lot of the time the thumb becomes very weighty and stabby on the notes. It doesn't bounce up. It either interrupts, creates accents that are unwanted, just gets kind of heavy and doesn't have that going up sound of the staccato, the rebound effect, the trampoline effect. So first of all, I tell them to hang their hand off their weeping willow arms, relax the shoulders, and then have a gentle, you could call it, it's not really a fist, I'm just tucking in my fingers so I can see my thumb, isolated out for this kind of routine that I do. And I tell them, go a little below the key level, not below the key slip, but the key level, and I want them to think that the thumb is being activated by the wrist giving it a little bit of a forward motion. See? If I do it quietly, you can see what's happening with the wrist. I'm holding on and tapping, holding on to monitor what I feel, that my wrist isn't frozen, but it has that little, sponginess of any level, but at a shallow level, because we don't want to do this kind of thing to the extreme. So we're going to zone in on the sensitivity of that motion. And we'll do it a few times silently without actually playing. See how close I am, and a little bit below the key level. Of course, this piano could be more well regulated, so we're going to try our best to do. The first routine is triplet repetitions, which means in the universe of eurythmics, triplet would have an instigating first note of energy that rebounds into the next two. So you want to feed that initial energy into the remaining two notes of a triplet. So that's what you want to feel right away. So 1, 2, 3, bounce, 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 2, 3. You see? The first one ignited the other two. So that gives the trampoline effect. A couple of dimensions of that is extra energy on the first one and let that reverberate into a rebound effect for the remaining two. And you can do pairs. You can do eighth note pairs. So you'd be pairs of eighth notes where you're going to give the extra energy to the first of each pair. So you get that eurythmics of that rhythm. Yeah, 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 yeah. Bounce, rebound, bounce, rebound, bounce, rebound. And you can go up and down. You can do the same thing in the left hand, but let's go to single notes now, because we did triplet, repetitions 3, repetitions 2, and we're going to do single notes, and we're going to remember how it felt when we actually played the thumb, that it came from the wrist, we were a little below the key level, and it bounced from one to the other repetition. Now it's just single notes, so each one is going to bounce singularly into the adjacent ones coming down. So if I could do this all day, I will not be tired because of a bigger energy, and also attention-free energy, because I remind myself of this right away. So now I'm going to go up and down. Yeah. Bounce, 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 bounce. If I want to play really soft, and this piano is probably going to disappear, it's arm weight. And you always have your arm feeding down energy into whatever fingers you're playing. You have the arm weight. So even though I'm saying do this from the wrist, the energy for a bigger sound or less sound will depend on what weight you're feeding down your arms. So if I'm really lighter now, and I want it less, because this piano I wasn't playing it loud enough, and if I do the single ones less, I'm imagining less, 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 less. That indeed was because my arm feed was less. Okay, but we're really zeroing in on the end of that network right down here so that this doesn't do that, okay, which a lot of students will do. Now to save time, you could have done all of this with two hands. And so you could start with your triplet. Bounce, bounce, rebound, feels so good. It feels like you're at the gym and you're just in the zone and you're bouncing away or lifting the weight, whatever you're doing, that you could do this forever and not, end up like huffing and puffing. That you just get it to go. So you can do, then you can do the tenths, and you can do single ones, doubles, whatever you want to do. Let's say you do doubles. One. Make it interesting for tenths. It's more pleasurable to hear harmony, right? You be relaxed. Your whole body has to be relaxed when you play piano, by the way, and keep breathing. I'm so aware of my breathing when I play piano. I know that for phrasing, I need to have steady, natural breaths, deep, relaxed breaths. I have to do it. And normally, as I said before in my videos, when I start any phrase or any exercise like I'm doing today, I take an inhale, a very natural well up of oxygen, and dispense it externally. Breathe it out slowly. It's not, you don't do anything like that. I've heard students do that. I say, take your exhale and go, well, that's not going to do anything for you. So I got that nice long breath to start. And it really, that energy, that oxygen takes me up and down. So much fun. We're in a playground. Okay, now let's just do single ones up and down. Again, shake out your arms, relax your hand. Come from the wrist a little bit forwards from below the key level. That was just effortless. It just felt like up and down. Up.